Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the Q Lounge Live. Hi, I am your host, Shady Grooove, joined by my co-host at intheMatrixxx. It is just after 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for coming out tonight. Great to see you. Great to see so many Patriots. Great to see so much winning out there. I want to just say real quick, if you are new to Q, please feel welcome here. We have a whole lot of really awesome mods out there who are desperate to help you red pill your friends. Really trying to get this word out, guys. We are pushing hard. We've been pushing hard all weeks. Matrixxx and I have been this week. We were able to go see Mr. Mitchell on Your Voice of America. Also, I had the pleasure of spending some time with the guys over on Patriots Soapbox on Wednesday night. Big week. And without further ado, I'm gonna bring in the man with the plan here, coming in to help everybody out tonight. At intheMatrixxx, Mr. intheMatrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. Sir, how are you doing this fine Friday evening?
Wow, what an amazing time out there. Look at all these people on the YouTube. Wow, and then hello on the Periscope for the rebroadcast. You guys are absolutely amazing. There's so many awesome Patriots in here. Leaf is out there. LM, Vicky Alvar, Janice, hello. Time Foolery, Jay Vega, what's up, dude? Crackle from the heart. Wow, so I'm just loving it. And, you know, Patriots have pride. Patriots have love. United, not divided, man. Look at these people. That's what we are. So hello, Shady. I love the Q Lounge Live, man.
Oh, man. Well, I love having you here, sir. I love doing our show during the week. It's been really fun. I think we've done like 37 episodes now or something of the Matrixxx Groove Hour, coming to you guys every day at 1 p.m. Eastern time in the middle of the day, bringing you the newest Q, what's going on. We've been keeping up with this week with Bar, only a couple, little light on the Q, but heavy on the action this week is the way I would categorize that. You guys out there have been spreading this word. I'm getting all kinds of people coming to this conversation, people that were not in this conversation 3 or 4 months ago, who are now saying, wow, I'm paying attention to what Q is, and I'm seeing this stuff actually happen in my real world, and I want to know more about it. And I couldn't think of a more fantastic position for us to be in here, Matrixxx, to share this with everybody in real time, and for you and I to have teamed up and be bringing this magnificent movement to the mainstream. We're going to insert our narrative right inside their narrative and hopefully completely break the mainstream media, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the narrative is Q's narrative, POTUS, you guys out there. We're all working together on this. The Chan, the Brilliant Anons, the Brilliant Anons as well. I think we're doing a great job. At least I hope I am. I think I've been getting a lot of great feedback too, Shady. And Bill Mitchell, we were on once this week, and then I had a follow-up with we had a little bit of a Mueller black hat, gray hat discussion. And I, said that Q basically said black hat. So that's all I know. We'll see. Future proofs past, but what a gentleman. They'd like to have us on as a regular, Shady. So we're doing something right, and we're going to be true to this movement. We're going to be true to you. We're going to be true to Q, POTUS, of course, and ultimately ourselves, because truth will always win.
That's what we're after, right? And we are following our president. We are seeing. I am seeing a lot of stuff out there. I'm seeing resistance towards your president from people on the right side of the aisle, as well as the mass resistance that we have on the left side of the aisle. This guy is bringing a conversation to you that no other generation in American history has ever had the opportunity to have with his communications through Twitter and directly to you. It is astounding how he can move around the media and cause them to fall into the next trap, if you will, or whatever you want to call it. He puts them right over the top each week. And today, Matrixxx, he was a little bit on fire, but I kind of wanted to start out the show. We have a lot of stuff going on tonight, guys. I've got a ton of news here that we're going to run through in a few minutes, but we also are probably not going to get to all of it. We have a massive breaking catch up on Julian Assange. Julian Assange was removed from the Ecuadorian embassy the other day, taken into custody. So we're going to go through some of that video and talk about some of the things that Matrixxx and I and all of us behind the scenes are like, what's going on here? Some pretty interesting stuff. Actually, just some pretty interesting stuff that just came out within the last couple hours that we're going to get into. But tonight, your president just sent us a message. And I wanted to share with all of you wonderful, wonderful Anons out there. I want to share with you the message that your president just put out on Twitter earlier today.
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something.
So you have no idea right now?
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
Some people did something.
Oh my goodness, there is smoke pouring out the Pentagon.
Some people did something.
It just flew straight into it.
We do remember, and we all remember, and none of us will ever forget that day. And I think it's very telling that your president tweeted that just now. I think that this person who, Miss Ilmer, congressional representative, making statements that are as such towards what happened on that day, shows a giant disrespect for the men and women who lost their lives that day. It does not reflect on our feelings as Anons about that day. Matrixxx made a vital point at the top of the show there just a minute ago, and saying that we are on the road to truth. And what he means by that is that we're not on the road to get into a position where we can get support for jamming a narrative. We're looking for the truth. And we're all looking for the truth. And we had a conversation a couple of weeks back about truthers and this idea that you are looked down upon if you are a truther, okay? And that you are pushed aside and called something da-da-da-da-da-da because you're a truther. That is what we are. That is what you guys are. We are truthers. We are red-pilled truthers. Anonymous. That gives us a layer of protection to say more, but bottom line is that we are not going to move forward in history without the crimes of that day being exposed and the people that participated on that day being put out into the open. And this is a tweet that I made on September 11th. And I wanted to bring this up and show you because the president talked about this. And I have a little clip from a Q Lounge Live earlier in the year that I want to play with you or play for you. But 9/11/01, a day that I will never forget, a day that was to destroy us, a day that frightened us, a day that attempted to divide us. The day now unites us. The day now strengthens us. And that day now is Day of Days. Pain coming. And I was in a meditative, strong moment when I tweeted this last fall, thinking about Q, thinking about what happened to me on 9/11, thinking about that day, the way I felt, being a red-pilled person, being someone who was told a month earlier by Mr. Cooper, William Cooper, God rest his soul, R.I.P., Mr. Cooper, one man who told me it was coming, and I believed every word of it. This was a trustworthy soul who was trying to red pill the masses, just like you guys right now, a long time ago. This man was partially responsible for me becoming red pilled as fast as I did and understanding the knowledge and coming to the knowledge and coming to the information as I did. So within that, I want to play a little clip from the Q Lounge back in the fall that gives a little bit of my take on 9/11. Guys? That moment was very important to me to share. It's hard for me to watch, but it's important for me to share. And I sit here with you tonight, And I swear that I will continue to demand justice for those crimes. And you can call me a truther for the rest of my life. But I will continue to demand justice for those crimes. We as a united country will no longer tolerate the deception. We as Anons are no longer going to tolerate the deception. I want you to stand strong in the truth through this time, this period coming up. Maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's a year. And I want you to stand strong through this time. And I want you to remember these moments right now. These moments that we shared, all the Anons out there on all the different platforms that have found us here, that have joined us here. We speak in a solemn, single voice. We're no longer going to be silenced. And we're going to continue to do exactly what I'm doing here. And that's what I'm doing here, is I'm speaking for those who were silenced, by the people who perpetuated driving our nation into this discord. That is our mission. All of you. That is our mission. To get to the truth, guys. To find and expose those who were behind what happened that day and many, many other days in the past of our history that have been hidden, that have been pushed aside, that have been pretended aren't relevant, that have been covered up because of what? Because of protecting big interest, because of protecting the people who did it, or because the people who did it were in charge for so long, guys. The people who did that were in charge for a long time. And there was this really amazing day in November of 2016 and in January 2017. Really amazing day. The day they were no longer in charge. Yeah, it was a while back. It was a couple of years ago. I understand. The SQ has been out for a year and a half. And maybe it's not moving as fast as you want things to move. But 2 years, and we're sitting here, and you have a back channel to understand what's going on in our world, and then you have a front channel with the president tweeting right to you what he's talking about. Not afraid to tweet this. And I think it was the New York Post who had a big article this week about her commentary there, guys. This is moving into a world where we are going to be disoriented and we are going to be a little bit confused about how to start to function with one another when we're honest, when we're talking about what history really means, when we're talking about what really happened on 9/11, when we see what really happened to JFK. Those are the issues that we are demanding, along with D-Class, Horowitz, Huber, and all of the nefarious players, guys. That is what the mission is. I could not be on this wall with better people. I could not be in this fight in a better time in history. No other time in history has mankind come together in the way you guys have come together to stand up against tyranny. And I'm here to tell you, tyranny is on the horizon. It was marching towards us. It was marching towards us to the point where we were within 4 to 8 years of it being total annihilation of our republic. And a man who had made his way, who could never have to get up another day and do another job if he didn't want to. Put his family, his life, his net worth, his business, his world, and his families on the line for us, for all of us. That's what happened. And this is the way we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward and support this man. And we're going to indulge ourselves in truth with your friends. Remember, Q post that told us, when has the president ever tweeted something that didn't turn out to be factual? The president has in the past tweeted questions about World Trade Center 7. He has also talked about his friend JFK Jr. and what happened. And he's also talked about JFK. So recognize, guys, that this information war, this what we've been in, is an information war, not a hot war where we're out there with cannons and battleships and lobbing metal or lead back and forth. This was moving information around in a very, very overt way to get into the narrative to start to have a conversation. And the conversation we're trying to start is the conversation with people that disagree with us. We're not trying to have a conversation with the 25 people over here that agree with everything you say. We're attempting to bring this conversation to the people that do not agree with us, the people who do not think Q is real, the people who have listened to the others, the ones out there attacking Matrixxx and I, the ones out there telling other people that we are working for some other organization. And I want to explain to you right now, and I'm going to let Matrixxx come in here and talk to this for just a second, but I want to explain to you that the reason that we're in the position that we're in is because of truth. Because he and I aligned on a level of truth that I'm pretty sure I've not aligned with anyone else. And we found something within each other that reflected an honest representation of the other person. Within that, we have built power, we have built strength, we have built a voice, and we're building trust with all of you and with anyone that comes to Q's message. Trust what? Trust in your president. Trust that he has your best interest at heart. Trust that Q is giving you information that is usable, whether it's usable as to deter the deep state or to throw them off their game or to slip disinfo in there or to make them think that we think that RBG isn't here so that they can make fun of us. No news is bad news. We got 4 or 5 different articles here that I'm going to go through that talk about the people that are coming after Q this week. But I feel like this is the strongest president we have ever had. I've only been on this planet for a short amount of time. I've not been around since the inception of the Republic. But I cannot think of a time whenever we have had someone in that office that has so much responsibility, and being held accountable is what we need in our system of government. We don't need more government. We don't need more people doing more things. We don't need more people at the EPA. We don't need more people at the FCC. We don't need more people at the FAA. We don't need more TSA. No. We need people who know how to manage things. We need people who know how to hold people accountable. And we need people who can fire people who do not. Therefore, we engineer a society that actually starts to function again, guys. We have developed a world inside America where people, A, think they can get something for nothing, and B, think that everything should be free. Look at this. What is that? You take me back 100 years to an American and look him in the eye, and look a man in the eye and say, oh, I just want to sit around on the couch and play video games all day and not earn food, not go find food, not do anything for labor, not do anything for myself, not innovate, not drive forward, not create, not invent. Why would you have those thoughts? I'll tell you why you'd have those thoughts. Because you think that there's nothing you can do. You think that you can't get a leg up or get started. And I understand that. But I also would like to relay this message to you. There's currently, within the borders of your country in America, roughly 7.5 million unfilled jobs that take a skilled worker. Jobs in HVAC work, jobs in different areas of construction, jobs in different areas of engineering that are sitting empty that can't be filled because people aren't skilled enough to do those things. So this is my proposal. I want to start somehow, all of you, thinking about how we can fix this. How do we fix this? The way we fix this is we can start to teach people skills. The way we teach people skills is we set up areas where people can come to learn skills. We can take some of these slush funds that we're going to bring back on shore, and we can start building our country again. We can take some of these people that are locked up. There's 6 million people, guys, locked up in America. Out of 6 million people that are locked up in America, I would say less than or more than half of them are there for nonviolent minor possession charges of illicit substances. So you've had a 100-year, 60-year run of the deep state being in charge. We've proven that the CIA were bringing all the drugs here. They're still bringing them here across the border, $50 million worth of fentanyl a day. So we know that they were bringing them here. And then at the same time, they were passing all these laws that were making drugs illegal and locking people up. So the dealers who were working with the agents, well, the agents knew the dealers, and so they could go either way with that, right? It's a big deal. And so I would like to, after that little bit of a rant, I would like to talk to Matrixxx here a minute and just bring you into the conversation, because I was stunned that he tweeted that, Matrixxx, and I am proud, sir, of my president.
Yeah, absolutely. This, so funny story. I was talking to a friend at about 5:20 or so, and we were talking a little bit about maybe doing something like this summer, like trying to put some, like a pamphlet together of truth, maybe some Q posts, and try to see if everybody wants to just print out a few copies and go spread them out, and my friend said, hey, 9/11 was my awakening, and so her red pill. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So at 5:35, Trump tweeted that on April 12th in regards to 9/11. Then I'm like, I'm sure that's a coincidence, but just weird stuff. You're talking about something and then something happens. It's odd. And then there's something in there that we need to start digging on as anons to care. Some people did this, there's some certain key words. But I also wanted to just mention, we've never experienced anything like this in our history. And the treason and the sedition and all of the corruption, the propaganda and the fake news media. And you know what? They don't want you to learn truth. And this propaganda arm of the news media, they just, attack full mode. What are they afraid of? Prosecution? Fear of you learning the truth? It's just a fear of prosecution. So we're at war and we're learning the truth, and they don't want you to learn the truth. That's why this channel is so subdued or censored. That's why my Twitter is censored. That's why people are attacking us. We're at war. But you know what? We're going to learn the truth together, guys. And it's not for everyone. And the truth to know will be for you. But the truth can always be found, and we're going to find it. And Shady, that was quite a coincidence. It was amazing. There's a reason why that was posted. So Q Plus has given us something to do, I think.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to mention that. That I think it looks to me like we are making a transition right now from paying over attention to Q to learn to pay more attention to POTUS, right? It really does. If you watched his Twitter this week, saw a lot of stuff go through there that was really, talk like, for instance, just a little bit ago, earlier today, I don't know, Matrixxx, if you got in time to catch this, but he made the announcement today that he wants to, since we have this illegal immigration problem at the border, he was like, okay, well, maybe what we should do is we should, instead of just releasing them into the ether of wherever they are, we should give them an escort to a sanctuary city. And let's start taking the illegal immigrants to the sanctuary cities around the country. Now, you talk about some deep state clowns on TV start hopping around. Nancy Pelosi came out of nowhere. A couple of the other ones started popping up and talking about this. They don't want. Nancy's saying that it's what's wrong? Why? If all these Democratic held Democrat mayors and city councils want to have a sanctuary city, and they keep saying that illegal people who have not had a vaccination. Remember, guys, they're now preventing people from going into public in New York if you don't have a vaccination for measles. Do you think that the folks crossing the border have vaccinations for measles? Maybe we should do some logical thinking here and recognize why measles is coming back and a few of these other things. No, it's not the children that are unvaccinated against this. It's the people that are bringing the stuff into our society that have not grown through going through all of this. We have had, 50 years now, Matrixxx, of vaccinations. They were claiming in, late 90s that measles was completely gone. No, measles is not gone. It's a farce. The idea that measles is gone, or the idea that vaccinations are what they say they are. I'm not going to say that the science about a vaccination is false. I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is that the stuff that they put into a vaccination on top of whatever it is they claim is the science, that's the problem. All of it is the problem. So whenever I was a kid, I had 5 or 6 vaccinations. And now a poor kid that goes in there has to have over 30, guys. Over 30. That is a monster number when you consider the pharmaceutical, look at the pharmaceutical layer that we have to give these shots to however many millions of people every year. And what's in them. We don't know what's in them. We don't know who these companies are that are making. We have no vetting, no real research that isn't from Harvard, Princeton, or some other wackadoodle institution that I don't trust. So it's more than just one thing, everyone. It's everything. It's all of it. It's all of us together coming to the conversation and saying, okay, representative, I don't want the president sending illegal people into my jurisdiction, even though you're claiming you're a sanctuary city. We have to stop this. And I think that, I don't know, Matrixxx, what you think, but I think that that was a pretty good troll move to start the conversation of like, okay, well, if you don't want them here, where are we going to put them?
Right. I think it's a lure because in the Obama administration, they did place people and they don't know where they are. I have a feeling this is kind of a way to flush them out.
Well, we saw during the Obama administration busloads. I mean, they were bringing them busloads out of train stations to who knows where, just letting them walk out.
Reports of just coming out of like UPS planes, in the middle of the night, a couple hundred, and they were moved around quite a bit, and nobody knows where they went. They just kind of disappeared off into the night.
Yep. And so this is a lot of the stuff that your president is really, really focusing on. And so to move from that, we're going to talk about the Q post, but Matrixxx and I played this the other day. And I want to play it for you guys here tonight, because I thought this was extremely powerful. Take a listen.
In case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite? Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed. by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
But it still can be. And that was very powerful. And we have to pivot back to excellence. The president wants us to be thinking in the terms of excellence and not in the terms of struggle, strife, barely get by. This is a cage. This is a cage. This is a completely engineered cage that we have been placed in. And the reasons that the things that he was mentioning there aren't excellent anymore, it's not because you're not excellent. It's not because you're not great. It's not because you're not beautiful. And it's not because you do not deserve it. It is because the system has been manipulated intentionally to make sure you do not succeed. And the system in America was designed to make sure that you did. Big difference. Show me. Sea to shining sea, world-round globe. Show me another place. Show me another place where you are allowed to operate in a free market reality where what you earn after you pay the stuff, taxes that you keep, you pass on to your kids, and you spend on them to help them be excellent. You see when they're young what it is that brightens them up, and you help push them in that direction, or you help build them up, or you give them a foundation, or you give them some advice, or you stay out of it and just let them fly. Whatever it is that the situation dictates, this is what QAnon, this is what POTUS, this is what Matrixxx, this is what we want. We want this back. We want this back. I want the sense of sacrifice to see that. You don't see that. People aren't aware of that sense of sacrifice. People aren't connecting to the blood spilled here between these two great oceans in the last 220 years. Sent out of here to be spilled worldwide. For what? A pretend regime, a puppet regime that they prop up over here to make you think it's a boogeyman so that what? So that we continue war. Continue war. I understand that what happened in the 60s was a deep state operation as well. The whole thing. The beginning of Vietnam and the anti-war movement, they were controlling both sides. But something came out of that movement that was unexpected. And that was a layer of truth and a layer of camaraderie with just fellow human beings. No, they weren't motivated to be overly capitalistic. And yes, they are part of the degradation and the turn to socialism. I agree with that. But I also see that it was a changing point in our history for the better, because it brought up conversations that we're going to be having 10, 15, 20 years from now that are going to be relevant as we look back over the arc of history, as we look back over the arc of this operation. I'd like for you to take a moment and just think about what Q will mean to the world in 10 years. What will it mean to the world in 10 years? This operation that took us a year and a half to get this far is going to reverberate through history until someone conquers it and attempts to destroy it again. And our mission is to make rock solid sure that that does not happen again. Why we're here, it's why I believe in you. But I want you to believe in yourself. And I want you to believe in excellence. And I want you to believe that you deserve it. And I want you to be motivated for success, even if success hasn't found you in your life. Even if life is a struggle right now. I want you to be motivated in success. I want you to re-engineer the way your mind is currently oriented to the way it was oriented when you were a child, before you ever even thought about what it meant to work. The idea of a career and the idea that you are this, or I'm going to study to be that, that is a cage that is so small. It's so little. You're so much more than what you do for a living. You're so much more than what your career is. But inspiration is within that. Inspiration is within the job that you do every day. What if you started just doing it better? What if you started trying to be noticed and trying to excel and trying to step up and trying to get better at what it is you like? And if it's a hobby in your room, you want to, but you don't have time. Think about those things. Think about what they mean to all of us. Think about what your contribution, if all of us had contributions that we were bringing to this table in the last 100 years that we've been prevented from bringing to the table, what kind of society would we live in? Would it be more free? I argue it would be. Well, then that means that we can attain it from right where we're at. We haven't lost anything. We have freedom on our mind, guys. We have patriotism in our heart. We have liberty burning embers everywhere. Let's get back to excellence. And let's think about excellence. And let's think about it with each other. And let's think about it in our hearts. And let's think about it with our families. And let's think about it within the idea of a truther. Because the truthers are most excellent. Don't you agree, Matrixxx? Aren't those truthers excellent out there?
I think I'd rather be called a liar, right? So, duh. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, everybody used to call me a truther. I'm like, look, yeah, I am a truther. Is it better? Are you a liar? You're calling me something that sounds positive. So I don't get what you're saying.
It doesn't translate.
No, it doesn't translate. It's just they're trying to demonize good things. Very simple.
Exactly.
With triggers and mind control and brainwashing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so amazing show tonight. And that clip right there, what America is really about, is one of my favorite clips. There is on YouTube is a longer clip, but that right there is the part that's just that was really good acting. I mean, and so amazing. I'm glad you played that again.
I am too. I really had to. That just speaks to me, man. It spoke to me. It was really powerful. I felt like I'm glad that they put that together, because that is the more inspirational stuff we can find out there to share with you guys. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for inspiration like that. We're on the hound hunt for inspiration. I want to find things that inspire you guys, and make you creative, and make you excited.
Did you hear that somebody was inspired by us? And I think she's out there right now, Cisco Liberty. Did you see that?
I did not.
All right. Well, I just got this Cisco lady, Liberty, has a song. And she said, she gets crafty with it. I remember the wonderful lyric to America the Beautiful, Profound. My Marine buddy played as I sang to show each heartbeat with the movement. Just what we are all fighting, hoping and striving for. It's my gift for the Q Lounge with my whole heart. And that's from Cisco. So I'll definitely play that Monday. I just checked it before the show, so I know we didn't have a chance to load it into the show and get it ready, but it's amazing. So
wow, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to you. And I listened to it, and it's amazing. And we will definitely get that into our playlist, because you're very talented. So tell your Marine buddy for Semper Fi, and
we are with you.
Service. Yeah, we're with you. Absolutely.
and we're all on the same page. That's what's great about this. Well, it's hard to disagree with love, light, and truth. Just really kind of difficult.
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do too for the people out there in YouTube? I'm going to drop her song in here for you, okay? So you get a chance to watch it this weekend, please. Very good. And Shady, this is an amazing time to be alive. We got some great people out there, bumpers out there. I saw Crop Duster. Anonymous Information is out there. We got just, thanks for being here tonight. And Shady, you are on fire. Let's press, what do you want? Let's see. Let's press
Q17.
Q17 if you think Shady's on fire, because I'm
they edit my ones now.
Yeah, absolutely. Q17. All right, so thank you, Shady, for everything that you've been doing too. And I just want to give you really a lot of props too. We've been really getting around on on out there, and you've been doing a great job, and the sacrifice that you've given, and your life has changed a little bit, and thank your better half for me as well, because this has absolutely been phenomenal, and we're gonna keep going, guys. And we just made changes to the Q post, and Shady, I'm just gonna turn it over to you because I want to hear you more.
Well, I'm going to talk about this fun Q post site that we have. First off, I'm going to show.
Look at all those Q17, Shady. I'm sorry,
watching them roll. Do they really love me that much?
I didn't even do mine yet. Oh my gosh!
You don't love me?
There you go.
Oh, now, see, I feel so much better. So Matrixxx and I have been working on this site. Matrixxx and I and Webmaster Q.
Webmaster Q is phenomenal.
Q is the man, and he has developed us an awesome site here, guys. This is where the Q posts will be coming in live. We got a couple of Q posts this week, and so we got to run a little test on it. We didn't get the day of 70 this week to see how it did, but we got a couple, and they came right up, and we have multiple search functions in here for you guys. So you see this little box at the top right, it comes up, and you can search a post number, you can search a date or a date range, and you can also search for multiple keywords by using the plus sign, and you can do multiple posts by using a comma. So you can type, let's see here. We'll go post 111, and then we'll go post 1243, and then post
smash the like, everybody. Thank you very much.
And we're going to take these 3 random posts and hit the search. Boom! Whoa, Matrixxx, you see how fast that was? It almost caught me off guard. It landed in there so fast. So you can do that, and and this is great because you can use this to make your snip tool and make multiple pictures for your Twitter or for wherever you're out there in the Ethernet world of interwebs you post things.
Another thing I like too is the search. We're going to actually improve the search. I was talking to Webmaster Q today, and you know how we can't really search for kill boxes and characters like that? Well, we're going to be able to. So stay tuned. There's also some other cool things that we might have on the horizon. We might have our own, maybe Q clock type things. So there could be some more. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing.
We just keep winning more and more.
More winning. I can't. Yeah, you thought this site, we're gonna win more. Webmaster Q is like, this is good. No, we're gonna make it better. So absolutely phenomenal, and the dedication he's put in to do this, just the talent, and
we might need a Q17 for Webmaster Q out there.
Yeah, we might need a Q17.
And Webmaster Q has been amazing, and I would like for you guys to know that the time and energy that he has put into helping us has I can't thank him enough, and I can't talk about enough how easy he made it for Matrixxx and I to continue to bring you this without being completely overwhelmed with the workload or finding responsible people to help us with this. This is amazing. I can't believe that it's moved this quickly.
And the ultimate people that have been helping are you guys.
And that's right. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys supporting us and coming to us. And so, with this is we do have our site, and we encourage you guys to come over and join in with the QArmy social network. I would encourage you, if you have a business or if you sell products or if you make stuff at home, would you please set up your little store here? It's wonderful. That's exactly why it's here. And share it and try to help other people get to your site. And let's make this community real, and let's make it start to function within itself. I would look to my Anon friends for things as opposed to going out into the marketplace, right? We can do that here.
Yeah. And Q always said, look at cross platform postings too. So if you post something here on QSN, you can also post it onto Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you want. And you might be able to beat some of the censors that way. So just check it out. Try it out, guys. Make sure. And it's intheMatrixx3x's.com/QSN, the QArmy social network.
And so with that, I'm going to come over here. We're going to talk about the 2 latest Q posts real quick. The one that came out on the 10th, which was, this one really got them hopping. Look at this headline. Barr testifies spying did occur on the Trump campaign amid reported review of the informant's role. Now, they were pressing him on Capitol Hill about what was going on, and flippantly talking about the administration and talking about the investigation and grilling Barr on when he was going to release the report. And I was mentioning on the show the other day that it looks like we are trolling them into exposing their crimes, which is what they keep doing. They're begging for it, begging for it, begging for it. Well, during the testimony the other day, Mr. Barr stated without any uncertain terms that spying on a political campaign is a very big deal. Then you have Comey, Clapper, and about 4 or 5 others that are probably going to be named in this Nunes review that were telling me today, this is what they were telling me today. They were telling me yesterday and today that surveillance and spying are not the same thing. Now, I don't know about...
completely different. Come on.
So
you didn't know that?
I didn't. So I went to my dictionary.
You mean the 4 a.m. talking points? I mean, come on.
And what I found was that they are the exact same thing. So I learned today that surveillance and spying is the exact same thing. We're surveilling Carter Page. If we're spying on George Papadopoulos, those are American citizens. Those are not foreign targets. You're not going to claim that you were surveilling American citizens because of some person that they spoke to. George Papadopoulos has testified. This is all these people that come out on TV and scream about Russia. George Papadopoulos has testified that he never spoke to a Russian. Michael Cohen testified he's never been to Prague. And, Christopher Steele has admitted in different circles that it was all made up and it was all engineered by the DNC, CrowdStrike, Glenn Simpson, all these players, Nellie Orr, Bruce Orr. So this right here got the deep state hopping. Attorney General Barr testifying that he believes that spying did occur. I think spying did occur. The question is whether it was adequately predicted. I think it's my obligation. Congress is usually very concerned with intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies staying in their proper lane. Testified before a Senate Appropriations Subcommittee while noting that spying on a political campaign is a big deal. This goes back to the FISA court was hidden even more. The FISA court started in the 70s under Nixon. I am of the mind of a constitution. I don't believe in secret courts. I don't think we should have a secret court. There shouldn't be a secret court. The FISA court should not exist in the first place, but secondly, it definitely should not exist when it's full of judges that we don't know who the judges are. The Chief Justice appoints the judges to the FISA court, and no one really knows who those judges are. And 99% of anything asked of the FISA court has been approved. We had the Patriot Act right after 9/11, which, going back to the beginning of the show, we're talking about 9/11. What was the fallout? Well, the fallout from 9/11 is you get your stuff touched every time you go through the airport. The fallout from 9/11 is they now have passed legislation that deem you some sort of enemy combatant in a battlefield. Now, I can go back and talk to you about some of the older stuff. I mean, we talk about the initial anti-terrorism bill that was put out by Bill Clinton in the early 90s, and this was before the internet. I got this. I had to send off to my representative to get this bill in writing, and whenever I got it, I couldn't believe what I was reading in it. I mean, it said stuff. This is 1993. It said stuff in the bill like this. If you shoot at a stop sign, you are considered a terrorist. If you shoot at a stop sign and miss it, you are still considered a terrorist. If you and your friend decide to have a conversation about wanting to shoot at a stop sign, you would be considered a domestic terrorist. This is 1993. So they were laying the groundwork for this a long time ago. Now we have an attorney general who isn't leaking and who says he wants to follow the law. I'm not going to sit here and say that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm sitting here and saying that that's what the man says, and so far to this moment, he has done it. The same thing with your president. If tomorrow he were to run off the rail, we're going to have to call him out on it. That's our responsibility to the republic. But so far, like I said before, 2.5 years in, we still have not bombed a foreign country. Q says, drops that link, panic. That's all you need to hear, Q. And then the very next day, this drop. And this one is very important. If we are merely a LARP asking questions on the chans, why are we being attacked daily by some of the world's biggest media companies, social media companies, deliberately applying censorship, banning shills, paid inserted to disrupt, media matters, blue check mark coordinated attacks, etc.? All for a conspiracy on the chans? All for a LARP? Why is there a constant flow of disinformation being pushed regarding Q? Example, disinformation push regarding Mueller is a white hat. Fake and false narrative. Think blockade. When you can't attack the information directly, you attack the source. If that fails, you create false, misleading information to discredit knowing, select, unaware followers. Would not take the time to self-corroborate the claim. Same vehicle tactics used by fake news media. Logical thinking always wins. Nothing can stop what is coming. As the targets turn to the other side, the attacks will intensify. We have the source. Q. We have the source. Wow. I love we have the source because I think that we might have the source, and we have been discussing the source quite thoroughly for the last few days, and it has to do with Julian Assange and what's going on with Mr. Assange. And I thought I had your video up here, Matrixxx, but I'm going to have to go find this in real time, real quick.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, somebody's asking about like the 5G, and the president talked about it today, and I think this is gonna basically trigger the skies falling. I do believe that 5G can be healthy or not as dangerous as it is, but
non-weaponized.
Non-weaponized. He also said focus on the 6, and there's something on that too. So I'm doing a little digging. Stay tuned, but don't panic. Don't the sky is not falling, so stay tuned and stay the course, guys. We're gonna dig on a little bit. So Shady, I just wanted to just kind of answer a question in chat there.
Yeah, very good. And I'm getting ready to play the video that this is like a 2-minute video. I want you guys to just watch this video. It's going to include a couple of gentlemen on the street, and then you're going to see Mr. Assange being removed, and then Matrixxx and I are going to go back and forth a little bit about what we think might be going on here.
Hiya, I'm with the media. We're interviewing members of the public about the situation at the Ecuadorian embassy. Do you guys have any opinions about Julian Assange?
Don't know anything about it, mate.
WikiLeaks, right?
No.
You don't? You haven't heard of WikiLeaks?
No.
Never?
No. I don't want to be filmed though, so...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Cheers.
Any opinions on WikiLeaks?
None at all.
You know who they are though, right?
What?
You know who they are though, right? Like, you've heard of WikiLeaks.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you been following the story or just not interested?
Not interested.
Fair enough. Okay, have a nice day.
Okay, so notice those two guys and how they responded. They didn't know anything about WikiLeaks. They had no idea. They weren't interested. They don't care about the story. Remember what they kind of look like as we go along here. Okay, so here they are bringing Mr. Assange out. And you can see him there. And we were thinking earlier that he was walking out. But as we started looking further at this, we're gonna back this up here just a second. But I kind of think we came to the conclusion that he's being carried out and he's all twisted up there. I don't understand what's going on, but you can see the foot in the back. So they brought him down to this vehicle and they shoved him into it. This is the only footage that we have of him coming out that I've been able to find. There might have been another one from a different angle. But there's some interesting stuff here. Look at the guys, they're shoving him in here. But let's back up and let's take a look right here as they're bringing him out. And look what we got here. All right. Now notice the guy right here in the blue jacket with the hood, and then the gentleman right to his left. We're pretty convinced that these two people are the two people you just saw on the street. Look at that.
Yeah, I wanted to I found these two videos. I wanted to put them together because this is before the incident or the removal of Assange from the embassy. And those two gentlemen, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're in the video from the Rupley's footage. And I'm like, oh my, that's interesting. So, did they have to pick them up and, carry them? Like, were these UK guys black hats that were going to try to get Assange? Maybe if they dropped him and he's, touched Earth, he's then on the UK. But if they kept him elevated from Ecuador, because you're off, you're in your country in Ecuador in the embassy. And I just have some questions. So I'm calling for a group dig. But the Cassandra Rules did the first one. And she said that the video says, we caught up with one of the undercovers and one I spoke to who went the extra far out of the way to avoid walking past us while meeting someone, asked the opinion of WikiLeaks. He tried to slyly film back, hashtag spy on the spies, protect Assange. And then there's another piece to the thread where you maybe couldn't read in the video, but there's a picture of Cassandra Fairbanks as well on Twitter. There's also a woman who went up to the spy car from last night, got into a silver car, was there 30 minutes later when I walked to my hotel, and is now sitting in with a different man. This operation has to be costing London major cash, protect Assange. Then the next tweet in this thread is the car has been out there since at least 6 a.m., 14 hours ago, and has now rotated through 3 pairs of people in it on their laptops. Then the last one, there's a picture, and it says this car has now been here for at least 19 hours, 2 people in it. Couldn't tell if they were new ones. There has been at least 3 pairs who have rotated out. This photo is from where it was in Brighton. It's Kensington and Chelsea in Belgravia area. That's where the car is, where those 2 gentlemen, and then we saw those 2 same gentlemen, at near Assange, and it looked like they weren't really part of the operation. Just take a look at the body language. There's digging to be done, guys.
Well, the body language was weird whenever they were being spoken with on the street, and if I'm going to play this in real time here, but if you, like it's almost like you were saying earlier, maybe they were monitoring him, making sure he didn't touch the ground, but they seem like they're disappointed, like something didn't happen that they wanted to happen. Kind of maybe even at one point I thought maybe they were passing a note to each other. It's interesting that the Ecuadorian embassy has been staked out by media for 7 years now. And all of a sudden, there's one camera that gets this shot that we haven't seen him in how long, and outside, only one camera there that gets the shot. Seems very controlled, and I think that may be a good thing for you guys. Whenever we talk about we have the source, Matrixxx and I went over extensively yesterday and today on the Matrixxx Groove Hour. We dug into it a little deeper of the Q posts that are relevant to Mr. Assange and what he is bringing to this conversation. Recognize this: there was no Russian hacking of the DNC. That is a false story. No matter how much, and you're going to see, I'm going to make a prediction. All weekend on any news source, what you're going to see is you're going to see deep state clowns telling you that Julian Assange is being extradited to America to face charges about Russian hacking. That is not true. The indictment is relevant to Bradley or Chelsea Manning and the getting access to, I think it was State Department or military password access for information that is not relevant to the DNC. Information is relevant to other stuff. Also recognize that the information that came out that hurt Hillary prior to her loss in the fall was the Pizzagate emails largely released from Julian Assange. Those emails, they say that were hacked from Russia. That is not what happened. Seth Rich downloaded them on a thumb drive, passed them off to WikiLeaks, and then, or Julian Assange or one of his helpers, and then was murdered 187 by MS-13 and wasn't robbed. That is the story. That is what happened. That is the truth that Matrixxx and I are bringing to you guys. I think that's the truth that Mr. Assange is going to bring. We played a video on the Matrixxx Groove Hour. Check it out, of him kind of maybe even accidentally admitting it, but it seems very compelling about Mr. Rich.
Yeah, definitely check out some of our last shows this week. They've all been pretty epic, just because of so much information going out there. Give us a call right now, 610Q Lounge, 756-8643. Shady?
Yes, sir.
You want to do some calls?
I'm going to take a call right now. Callers, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear Matrixxx and I both, but we're going to take a caller anyway. Caller, you've been on the line for a while. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Me and my girlfriend, we watch y'all's show every day. We're huge fans.
Wow. Well, we're so glad to have you. You're the first caller on the Q Lounge Live, my friend.
Welcome. I was just wondering, can you hear me?
This is the Bearded Dragon. I'm from North Texas.
How you doing, sir? What would you like to say tonight?
Well, I was pretty red-pilled on the Rothschilds and the Morgans and everything else, but y'all's insight on the Pacers really opened my eyes up, because I knew there had to be more to it. I just couldn't find it. And when you guys dropped the P is Pacer, it just totally opened my world up and really led me to, really kind of question what I knew. And this Q thing has just been amazing.
Have you been able to red pill anyone out there with that information?
I have tried, but people just don't want to hear it.
They're a little hard-headed.
Just drop little, truths here and there.
These are the same people that still believe the official story of 9/11. I mean, people are pretty small-minded about this stuff, and it just seems like a lot of them don't care.
Well, they kind of don't care right now, but I think they're going to care real soon. And we really appreciate any efforts that you're making towards that goal. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I have a feeling that you're going to have people asking you some questions here in the next month or two that are going to be saying, "Hey, I knew that guy. How did that guy know this stuff?"
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as 9/11 happened, I questioned the official story. I watched those buildings fall, and my mom was a 22-year retired Air Force veteran, and we both watched it together. And the first thing I said to her was, "What is the government planning?" And she just got this shocked look on her face, like she couldn't believe I would say such a thing. And here it is, 18 years later, and I still don't believe anything about the official story. And when everything starts coming out, I'm going to have a lot of people calling me to apologize.
Well, make sure that you are gentle with them, and make sure that you're kind, and you have plenty of information to give them whenever they finally wake up. It isn't easy. It isn't easy.
Oh, absolutely. I have no ill will towards anybody who called me crazy or a conspiracy theorist. I have no ill will. It would just finally be nice to know that I'm not crazy.
Well, we can tell you're not crazy.
There's just a couple more things I want to say. Any gun law is unconstitutional, and taxation is theft.
5-5. We agree, and we're on the same mission. Thank you so much, caller. That's great. I love having callers call in. You guys are so amazing out there. Thank you so much. I've got another caller here on the line. Let's see. Caller, are you with me?
I am with you, 5-5, dear Shady.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, darling. I can hear you. I cannot hear in the Matrix. This is Cisco Lady Liberty.
Oh, hey, Cisco. Yeah.
And I am...
Go ahead.
Darling, I am just so thrilled to be a part. I'm just going to give you a little motivation, okay, if that's all right.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say how much, I'm going to cry, I'm so sorry. I want to say how much I love each and every Patriots heartbeat out there. The QArmy has got to be one of the most blessed groups to be alive at this time. I can tell you, I have seen a lot of presidents, and this one is it. Please, please, please. It can be so devastating when you hear things said about him or you read the Twitter. I can't even, it hurts me to read them. Know what he's going through, and whatever we go through is just such a tiny bit when you're trying to red pill. I had to red pill both my sons, and now they're actually in the chat right now. The lies are just overwhelming, and when people are just waking up, the light can be so bright. So just remember, dig your facts with a shovel, but feed them with a spoon, and don't get discouraged. We're going to stand in this storm because we have each other, and we're not alone. And I just love intheMatrixx, and dear Shady, I love you guys so much, and I love this movement. And I did that little video. There's so many of your mods and everybody that helped me find people to help do the video, and what the video is basically about, love. I served in the United States Army and have so many veteran friends, and I can tell you that it's so hard to be in uniform and fighting for God and country, and the one standing next to you, and seeing the things that they have done to this country over the years. Now we're seeing the clouds move, and the light is coming through, and everybody is starting to stand again. Don't you let anybody put you down on your knees. You stand in this storm. Where we go one, we go all. You are not alone. And we come to this group to regroup. And I thank you so much for offering that venue to us.
Beautiful.
Wow. Well, Matrixxx can't talk to you through here, but I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to let him talk to you right now. And thank you so much for that. You have no idea how inspirational your words are, and how motivated we are. And I think we're going to be showcasing that on Monday. So come join us on the Matrixxx Groove Hour on Monday, and I'm going to let Matrixxx talk a little bit to you on the air.
Absolutely. I don't miss it, sweetheart.
All right. You're
my
going
home,
to be there.
sweet home.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I love you, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you could unmute me on the guest line on the other place, I think I could talk.
All right. Now try.
Because I can hear perfectly. Let me just go back to speakers. Hang on.
Yeah.
So now I'm double? Or are we 5-5?
Now try.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah, you're double. We're doubled up on.
All right, that's why I'm going to hang up on Zoom.
Okay.
I'm going to hang Zoom up, and then I won't be.
How about now?
There we go. How about now?
Oh, perfect. Now it's working. All right. All right. We're going to take another caller.
All right. So now yes.
Hey, caller, you're on the air of the Q Lounge Live. How you doing this evening?
I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing? This is Spud.
Spud.
Hey, Spud, can you hear me?
Yes,
Spud,
sir. I can hear you fine.
All right. Thank you for letting me check. All right. How you doing, Spud?
Not bad for an ugly fella. I just wanted to see whether or not you got my message on that about those two gents. Did you? I think the guy in the white linen suit on that one clip that you were showing.
Yep.
Yes.
Right before they brought out Assange, I think he was the GCHQ as well as that operation that they had running, trying to observe everything coming out. I think that was all a GCHQ operation.
He did seem like an official character.
What is GHO?
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
That's British intelligence.
British intelligence.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I just didn't figure everybody knew that.
Yeah. And You know, that's the same group that Christopher Steele's out of. So that, you know, we all know who Christopher Steele is as a result of the PP dossier, right?
That's right.
Yep. So do you think my theory is spot on? Were they waiting for him to hit the ground so they could grab him?
Yeah. Did you notice that the gent in the white suit?
Yeah.
I think he was one of them. And when he started to approach a car to take photos, that one little chubby gal, she squeezed up behind that big Bobby and chased him away. And that other cameraman, the one that was taking the actual video, he walked right up there, and the cop said to him, "No worries, mate."
Wow. Dang.
I mean, it really is. It really does look like they were paying attention to him. They were trying to see if he did something, like if they were keeping him off the ground so that he didn't touch the ground.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That was everything about it. All right. Well, I just want to see. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for everything.
Thank you so
Spud,
much.
you're
Spud.
awesome. Thank you very much.
Spud joins us all the time. He's there with almost every show. This is one of our biggest fans. You've been there with me from the lounge for a while, Spud.
Not just on the lounge. Everywhere we go, Spud.
All right. I'll let y'all go. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to, you want to take another one?
Yeah, actually, Fret Finger says, what's the call-in number? On the screen there, it says 610-756-8643. Let's take another one.
All right, caller, you are on the line with Shady and Matrixxx on the Q Lounge Live. How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, amazing. How you doing, brother?
Doing wonderful, sir. Thanks for calling.
So let's get this out first. I'm going to go ahead and dox myself for any doodles or morons or whatever else is out there, because I stand behind this movement proud as can be. My name is Jason Frank. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, you can DM me for an address. We can do lunch. We can sit down together in Red Pill. Right? First off, Shady and Matrixxx, I am extremely proud of you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for getting out of the way and letting Creator move through you guys. You guys are vessels, and it's amazing to be a part of and watch you guys work. And not only you guys, all of you beautiful people, all you beautiful anons out there, and the people that are no longer anonymous that have been doxxed too, you guys as well, right? This is times they're going to write about this for thousands of years. Man, I get teared up talking about it. I'm so excited. I got something I need to read to everybody. And first, I need to tell you guys that I love you, right? And I am proud of you. And the people are coming around, right? It's our responsibility. It's our responsibility as a community to no longer use Republican, Democrat, black, white, all this other shit, man. Everything's been infiltrated by evil a long time ago. And all they do is keep using that to separate us and steal our energy. Guys, that flesh and blood is the only thing that you own. That's it. That body, that's the only thing that's yours. And that energy, that's the only thing that you own. Guard it. It's very valuable, especially now. Can you feel what's going on? Watch it. You guys all feel it. That's why you're here tonight on this show. You know something's going on. Guard it. We've all been called here. We've been waiting for this, right? We've been waiting. We've been the conspiracy. We wore the tinfoil hat, and it got heavy. It felt like lead at times, guys. This is what we're here for. So with that being said, I need to read this to you guys.
Go for it, brother. Dan, thank you so much, man.
New fads, concern fads, and burnout fads all miss the point. Anons, you all have foreknowledge of the scope and heinousness of the crimes committed against our country, our people. What some of you don't get is that the majority of the country is still asleep. The plan was never for you to wake them. Your digs provide the proof. Your memes provide the ammunition, which will be used to steadily bring the populace to the truth. Some sarcasm in a way that will make it possible for most of the sheep to wake up without suffering the mental illness that would be expected if they were force-fed the truth like a fire hose. You can handle it. They can't. So you're helping with truth and with exposure in a way that softens the sting without subverting the truth. The problem for us anons is we already know. So our clock of patience has wound much further down. Frankly, we all need to understand that in this realm of psychological warfare, we are going to be the ones suffering the casualties. The best we can say is suck it up and sailor on. If you're still breathing, you're still in the fight. We still have business to do, and business is good. Godspeed to all of you wonderful Anons. If you need to come off the line, do so. Reset, recharge, and take care of you. There's enough Anons now that the battle is no longer nipped and tucked. Stay unified, support each other, keep your personal strength up, and pray. Guys, they're coming around. It's our responsibility. What are we doing? Are we being loving, accepting, and kind and empathetic when they come, or are we, I told you so? What are we doing, guys? They want the message. Some have been lied to longer than others, right? Some handle grief different than others. We got to love them here.
That's right.
Matrixxx and Shady, I love you guys, man.
Well, I really appreciate
Jason,
you reading
I love
that.
you, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Wow. Wow, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think? Jason, oh my God.
So many great Patriots.
And guys, I want to throw this out here real quick because it's been sitting with me a lot, and I want you guys, if you want, try it. Those that have Facebook, if we remember a couple weeks back, I think Q came out and said something about we had a little control back more of Facebook. This is what I've noticed since then. At the same time, though, General Flynn accepted a Facebook request from me. So we're digital soldiers, guys. I don't know if we're protected, but the information is getting out there. No longer is it shadow banned. The stuff is getting shared. It's getting liked. It's getting out there. If you have a Facebook, I encourage you to try it. What I did, it was really frustrating at first. I went in and I unfollowed. I didn't unfriend. And not that I love puppies and dogs and stuff, but right now there's things that are more important and pertaining to what's going on in my life that I want to put energy in. So for now, what I did is I went in and I unfollowed every single one of my friends and just followed the ones that are doing Q and spreading truth right now and searching for truth. So I know it's frustrating on the platforms, guys, and it feels like we're not getting out there, but let me tell you, we are. We are. Sit down with someone, watch some of these videos, these Kansas Owens videos, sit down with them. Cry with people, love on them, just accept them for where they're at. You don't have to tell them they're wrong. We don't have to. It's all of us, right? Where we go one, we go all. This is a great awakening, a collective consciousness. Guys, and until that collective consciousness isn't powerful enough, it doesn't shift.
And this is
Jason,
I'm proud of all you guys.
This is the conversation
Jason,
we're trying to have.
Shady, real quick, Jason, could you leave us with a prayer, my friend?
Yes, I can.
Could you do that? Thanks.
Yep. I've always prayed. I grew up in the ways of the Native Americans and the Lakota Sioux. I go up on the hill and I do vision quests and I pray for the people. Right. My whole life has been for the people. I've never participated in this life up until this point, because I knew there was no purpose. I knew I was saving my energy for this. So I'm going to pray in a way that might be a little bit different, but my God is the same God of yours. He's creator, He's God of all things. I don't know how much of the Bible they've lied to us, so that's all I've trusted in up to this point until I get all the information. I'm still searching for truth, right? So with that being said, oho, mitakie, oyase, which means all my relations. We're all connected. We're all created. Grandfather, I come to you in this humble way as I stand here before you right now. And I ask you to please look inside our hearts, Grandfather. Help us to be a little more accepting of our brothers and sisters. Help us be a little bit more loving with our brothers and sisters, Grandfather. For these are times that you told us you were coming back, Grandfather. For this earth has gotten to a point where we've ravished these lands from you, from Grandmother, and we no longer walk amongst things. We walk and we take care, Grandfather. So as you come back and teach us these lessons, we ask you to look inside our hearts and let's come together as one, because we were all related, Grandfather. We are related to the birds as much as we are these plants. We are related to each other as much as we are the stone nation here, Grandfather. Help us to honor the things we walk on. Help us to walk in gratitude, Grandfather, for when we walk in gratitude, we are of service because we are grateful, so we give back. Help us to give back without expecting anything, Grandfather. I ask you, as these times are tough, Grandfather, and they're not going to be easy for everybody. There will be people will perish and we will lose people, Grandfather. But please help remind that this is temporary, Grandfather, and these warriors are going on to another place. Help us to stay behind and all come together to fight for this purpose, Grandfather. Ho, mitakie, oyase.
Aho, mitakie.
All my relations. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jason, very much. Call in again, man. You're awesome. Wow.
I will. I love you guys. I love everybody in the audience. I'm going to jump back into this Matrixxx and finish this little graveyard job I got. I will be listening. Can't be in the chat. Love y'all.
All right, Jason. Thank you for that. And
all right.
that really showcases you guys. I think that exemplifies all of these. This is so amazing. This is a great feature. Connecting with you guys like this is just I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now.
And Jason said a prayer for me a couple days ago, and I wanted you guys to experience it as well. And I'm glad he was kind enough to do and share that prayer. It's we are all kinds here. Patriotism is. It doesn't matter. Like he said, we all have a God. We all have our God. We believe in God. And that prayer was very special. I just my heart is fond of Jason for that. And I just wanted to extend my sincere thanks for doing that tonight on the show.
So amazing to have.
And wow, guys, what do you think, baby? Woo.
Woo, I know. I'm a little bit. Whew, that got to me. The power of the Anons out there, and the power of your voice is being amplified through the Q Lounge Live and also the Matrixxx Groove Hour. That is our mission. We are here to amplify you. We're here to turn it up. We're telling you right now, it is you are waiting for, and that's kind of the message. That is the whole message. It is you that you were waiting for, everyone. This conversation has so much more to do with you than you realize, and I think that you're getting a little taste of that from some of the great callers here tonight coming to the conversation, everyone. I'm really neat to have this little feature here. So I've got a couple of more people. I want to go over, I don't want to miss these couple of things because there was some really cool stuff that happened this week, and this is one of them. I just want to show you another example of extremely strong voice that I would like for for all of you Patriots. If you're not supporting her, I would really like for you guys to get behind Candace Owens. This is one of the strongest women. I am telling you, she has got such a line of sight and a vision for the future and an understanding of true history. But she was out here the other day, and I want to show you this clip. It's a 7-minute clip, but I'm going to show you the beginning and the end and kind of explain how this went down. But at first, you're going to see Representative Lou side-handedly play an audio clip that is out of context about her and reference her demeaningly because the Republicans picked her as one of their guests. So let's listen for a second here at what Mr. Lou does, and then we're going to listen to Miss Owens' amazing response to his unfairness on the Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In congressional hearings, the minority party gets to select its own witnesses. And of all the people that Republicans could have selected, they picked Candace Owens. I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking. So I'm going to play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. He was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
All right, so my first question is to Ms. Hirschenoff.
Okay, so he just addressed her. He just played a clip from his phone out of context about a quote that she said without giving any of the information about what she was asked. Then this guy proceeds to go to every single other person on the panel, using up all of the time that he has. Look at here, we go through this little video of this, and then we come back to another representative who politely, properly asked if Miss Owens would like to respond to Mr. Liu.
Apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will. Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again.
She did not refer disparagingly to a member of the committee. And look at this guy. Oh, this guy gets my goat, man.
Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue?
Please.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew. Not a single Democrat showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Now, doesn't that really look like the same thing that they're doing to your president? And doesn't it always look like the same thing that all of us Anons who are trying to get this message out is happening to us? They're mischaracterizing what we say. They're taking things out of context. They're using Q posts to say that the Q posts, even creating fake accounts for folks like Praying Medic and intheMatrixxx to go and post pretend Q posts on the boards, or take the fake Q posts off the boards and then bring them to a channel on Twitter that looks similar to a trusted channel that you already have. And when I say mimic, I mean headers, the whole thing, trying to make the names look the same as they can. And then posting fake Q posts and then communicating with each other like it's Praying Medic talking to intheMatrixxx or talking to these other accounts. And then what did we go over earlier with that most recent Q post, guys? Look at how the comms are getting one-to-one. When you can't attack the information, you attack the source. If that fails, you create false, misleading information to discredit knowing, select, unaware followers would not take the time to self-corroborate the claims. So what she's saying, that she was saying that the congressman assumes that black people are stupid. She didn't call anyone up there stupid. She's saying that they're assuming that people aren't going to go and look for the information, and she understands that it's hard to go look for the information, and she really understands that everything that she said was taken completely out of context. So what we're seeing is the run, we're seeing the game, the con, the big con. The big con is that they are in it for you, and this is real, everyone. This is as real as it gets for our democracy, for our country, for our future. They are allowed to attack the messenger. But what I'd like for you to recognize is that Matrixxx and I and other great Q people out there, whether it's Jordan Sather, whether it's Neon Revolt, X22, all of these people are being attacked. And all of us are defending our position. Our position is POTUS. Our position is Q. Our position is the truth. And we're all standing here in the middle back to back with our swords drawn, and we're aimed outwards. Whatever it is that comes towards those things, we are going to repel. We are going to repel with force. We're going to repel with vigor. We're going to repel with truth. So when people attack us on Twitter, if you will pay attention, what you will notice is we're not attacking them. We're not attacking them. We're responding to them. Yes, we're trolling them a little bit, but we're not attacking them. They are attacking us. We are in the defensive position. And let me tell you something. Your president just found himself out of the defensive position. And you guys pretty soon are going to find yourselves out of the defensive position. And whenever that happens, you know what's going to break loose on planet Earth. The silent majority was silent no more. The silent majority isn't just America. The silent majority is everywhere. We've talked about this multiple times. Humanity is the silent majority. Truth is the silent majority. Hypocrisy. We all see hypocrisy. We all see the structure that binds us. And what we want to do is we want to have a conversation about it in the public square, because what we know is that once we have that conversation about this in the public square, there will be no turning back. There will be no stone left unturned. We will succeed. So I thought that was amazing. Matrixxx, I don't know if you want to comment about Miss Owens and her stature and her just resolve, and I just feel like I can draw strength from her by watching her.
Patriot. Yeah, absolute patriot. And, Ted Lieu has been dug on by the Anons, and you would not believe what they found. So, it's just up is down. It's just everything's backwards, but it's okay. We're watching a movie, and we've got the best seats in this movie. We've got so many things that we need to tell you guys, because we've been doing this since last September, October, November, December, whatever it was, man. I just can't even keep track anymore. But there's so much, and we've got so much more to tell you guys. We've got so much more goodness to bring. And Shady, I just want to real quick before I forget. Tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., I'm going to rebroadcast a Serial Brain decode that you guys are going to love. So if you guys are around at 9:30 in the morning having some kafefe and maybe hanging out, just waking up, because Hillary's not in cuffs yet, or she's going to be in cuffs soon, I should say. Hillary's in cuffs. Check it out tomorrow. Serial Brain 2 decode. It'll be on Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. Just check it out tomorrow. I want you guys to watch it. If you guys watch any video this weekend, make sure you come back and watch this show, all of our shows, and the one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there. Right, it's 9:30 your time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get everybody up for the morning and just have something to watch while they're drinking some coffee, man. No, you don't need to get up. We're not going to. It's just. You'll see. We'll see.
The alarm's not going to go off and wake me up.
No, you're good.
So I brought up this article. I wanted to get to this article. We kind of ran a little bit long. I love the phone calls. Thank you guys so much for calling in. We actually have some other people on the line right now. We will get to you. Please don't call.
How many calls did we get, Shady?
Let's see. How many calls do we get? We got about 110 total hits on the line.
Wow, 110 total, guys. So if we didn't get you, we'll get you next time. Spud has gotten through twice, man.
Yeah, you guys,
that's awesome.
You guys let Spud through twice.
Yeah, Cisco lady, Cisco. Oh my gosh, God bless you. And I'm sorry, we were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I heard everything you said, and heartfelt thank you to you. And Jason, that was amazing. Shady, you were epic. And wow, you'll see a video from me tomorrow. It's a special 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Shady, man, what a great job tonight, brother.
Well, I can't resist being here. I can't resist showing up with you. I can't resist all of this great, wonderful people that have come to this conversation, that have been here for so long, that have been on this wall for so long, that have done so much. Everyone, you have done so much. You have come so far. You have made your voices heard. We are, like I said, we are just in the beginning phases of amplifying your voice, guys. This is the beginning phases. The winning that you've experienced so far is a little bit light in the loafers compared to the winning that you're going to feel in the future. And when I mean that, I mean we got to free our currency, guys, and we got to hold politicians accountable. And if we elect them, then they should do what we say. And the idea that they keep running around and not listening to us, that narrative has shifted because you guys have the information. We're no longer depending on CNN, MSNBC, or these mockingbird sources to let us know what's going on. We're watching them. We're paying attention to what they're doing. We're seeing them trying to sneak this legislation around. We're seeing them be so unfair to the thing with Candace Owens, just so you understand, the people that were on the bench are her. She employs them. You guys employ these people. They are your servants, but they dictate to you. Man, that is not America. It's not how America is supposed to be. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate our president and talking and bringing this up about 9/11. I think we're going to have a really amazing conversation coming up this week. Do not forget to join us on the Matrixxx Groove Hour every weekday at 1 p.m. East. And please, if you can support us, I noticed that there were some wonderful people that supported us out there in the super chat tonight, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've got Viking Smith here that donated. Love you all. PSB Army Troop. Pray for POTUS and his administration. Where we go, when we go. All of you guys, this is what's keeping us alive. This is the way Matrixxx and I can bring you information from our hearts. We are not beholden to anything other than each other, and all of this stuff we are working in real time with each other, plus a multitude of other wonderful anons. And so with that, please come over to intheMatrixx.com, buy a shirt, buy a coffee mug, buy us a cup of coffee on Patreon. We'll sure drink a cup of coffee, and hopefully one day we'll be having lots of cups of coffee or caffe with all my lovely anons out there. And with that, Matrixxx, the music is getting ready to start. We're just about to wind this down. Would you tell us just a brief overview of how much you love these guys, my friend?
My gosh, I mean, this is epic. The people here are amazing. You are amazing. Keep telling people. We're growing day by day. You know, we had 160 calls. We had 200 the other day during the day. You know, the numbers, are funny here on YouTube. We're being censored. Share our channel. The Periscope is doing really well. I just can't. I'm just so honored to be in this position, and thank you guys so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. We will win, and just the truth will win. God wins. So thank you, Shady. Shady, you're amazing host. This was a great show. Well done, brother. Always.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the callers. I have been really excited to get the callers to come in. We've gotten a little bit of break from Q over the last couple of weeks, so we got some stuff ironed out. It's not perfect yet, but it's starting to work, and I think it's so much fun just to hear your voices come into these headphones. It is like you're feeding me, guys. You're giving me. Did you hear what happened? Did you hear? You heard from the beautiful anons tonight, the ones that are out there in the chat with you, the ones that are on this wall, the unspoken heroes, the people that are in the trenches, down on the ground, fighting for every red pill that they could possibly give to another person. You guys are incredible. This movement is incredible. Your president is incredible, and I could not have found a better place in my life to share my voice and my energy and my emotion and my patriotism to this movement. It is stellar to be here on this wall with all of you. Thanks so much, intheMatrixxx, for coming over, staying up late, getting out here on Friday night. All of you guys coming to the show on a Friday night makes me feel very, very honored. So please feel free to come down and post in the comments below on the YouTube channel, and don't hesitate to red pill someone or give them some information down there if they're asking for it. We're not seeing everything. There's a lot of people that are coming around these days asking questions, so if you could help people out, that would be wonderful. But we are here to spread the notion that there is a clear line between the truth and the lie. And the lie is that they are the global elite. The truth is that you are the global elite. The people who stand for liberty, the humans that stand and breathe truth, that decide every morning when you wake up that I'm gonna do another day and I'm gonna get out of this bed and I'm gonna fight just a little bit more for freedom. I'm gonna take freedom real seriously. I'm not just going to take it for granted like some people that maybe you know. Don't be apathetic. Don't follow the crowd. Be loud, be proud, be heard, anons. Speak your truth, speak your voice. Stand up, for this beautiful, wonderful, amazing nation of which we are within the middle of making better, guys. Also, please don't hesitate to come over and hit us up on the QSN, the QArmy social network. Really starting to get a lot of people over there, 4,000 people on the network already. And go follow some great citizen journalists: Jordan Sather, Praying Medic, Serial Brain 2, iPod, SGT Report, We the People Insider, 1776, Neon Revolt, Joe M, Storm is Upon Us on Twitter with the memes, Lisa Mae Crowley on Twitter, Dustin Nemos doing some great work out there, Blue Eyes, Abby Cook, Q Music with JT Wild as well, X22 Report, Anon Decoder, great on Twitter, Blessed to Teach with the YouTube channel, Lionel Media, Soylent Green with the memes, Stormy Patriot Joe out there, Jay-Z Knight, all of you wonderful people, please go out there, find them, follow them, help them by speaking to people that are speaking negatively to others, by diffusing and being nice and being kind and being sarcastic pleasantly, and also trolling is fun. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Keep your head on a swivel. There's no telling what big news might break next. And with that, I am out of here. Thanks for joining me on the Q Lounge Live. So much love to so many beautiful Anons out there. Good night.